Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're going to be going through sketchbook number 11 and let's just get right into it. So this sketchbook I did around 2019 into early, sometime in the spring 2020, so it's a pretty recent one. See, I have my goals here. My collage isn't as put together as my previous book, but that's okay. So I did some light watercolor here. There's actually going to be watercolor illustrations in this book, so that should be fun. Like this one here. So at this time I was really obsessed with Lord of the Rings, and yeah, I really wanted to do like a more completed watercolor painting, and so I did these sort of like thumbnail type, I don't know, what do you call it, like a practice sort of. So I'll put like the finished painting right here. The like original character stuff. This I found actually in a copy of The Fellowship of the Ring that I got at like a thrift store, and sometimes the books at thrift stores, they don't clean them out or anything, and so it's pretty neat to find that in there. Oops. Yeah, this is an acrylic painting of my witch character, and I didn't do this part, but this was part of a like a vintage calendar that had like watercolor paintings, and I thought it was pretty, so I just expanded it. Some random OC stuff. Little mushroom guy. So it's pretty much still like a mixed media sketchbook. It's like this is watercolor here, but then the green part is marker. Some sort of self-portrait. Yeah, like these orcas here are drawn in marker, and then like this green, I believe is just the marker wet. So yeah, here's some more Lord of the Rings stuff. It's a Sam and Frodo. It's kind of cute. A little self-portrait. I guess I do a lot of self-portraits. Especially when I don't know what to draw. It's always a go-to to kind of just draw myself. Yeah, so this is like a little Bilbo and Frodo picture. I'll put the finished piece. I colored it digitally, so I'll insert it right here. As with this one too, and this one. So I'll put both of those in here. I was pretty much just doing, yeah, just a lot of sketches while I was watching Lord of the Rings. I also was reading it too. I got pretty obsessed, I think. I get kind of obsessive sometimes, but that's okay, I think. Yeah, so this is pretty much like an example of like a finished illustration. Yeah, I really like the first Hobbit movie. The rest, you know, but the first one, it's pretty cute. Yeah, I like more Frodo and Bilbo. Oops. Yeah, so then I started trying out making more, I don't know how to explain it, like layered watercolor illustrations in this book. So this isn't watercolor paper by any means, it's just kind of like thick It's thicker than printer paper, which you really can't print on at all, but it pretty much holds up for watercolor, as long as it's not too wet. Yeah, this one of the characters, okay, this picture is like my characters from my comic, and I'll put like the finished Paint Tool Sai one here too. I think I was drawing that as kind of like a promo for that comic I talk about in my previous sketchbook videos that I never finished. So it's my OC, the wizard. Oh, more Bilbo. This is actually like vintage stationery paper. I think it was either from the thrift store or from my great grandmother. I don't actually remember, but I decided to keep the little strawberry theme with this image here. This is Sam and Frodo again, but inspired by the Rankin Bass version of Lord of the Rings, which I really, really love. It's super cute. Some sort of thumbnail poster that I never did. I do a lot of designs that I never end up coloring. This one of my characters I also painted digitally. I'll throw that in here too. I don't know why I did a lot of like digital stuff, because really it just leaves sort of the shell, you know, like the line art. It just sort of leaves it in here. Some sad Bilbo and Frodo. I guess I saw the Avengers. It's kind of neat. Yeah, this lady and this little alien thing were from a dream I had. Sometimes I get interesting ideas in dreams, I think. When they're not like creepy dreams. Some more just like watercolor sketches. More watercolor. Character design stuff. A lot of the stories I do, I sort of keep in my head. So yeah, so I still like to sketch out the story though. More Bilbo. This one I did digitally as well, and that's why it's just line art in here. So I'll insert that one too. Some more marker stuff. Little outfits. It's an Orco. I think it usually takes me a while to get used to a new sketchbook from my previous one. So I think that's why there isn't as many colored illustrations here at the beginning of the book. But then later, I start making more like complex watercolor paintings. Here's some character designs for another story I'm working on that I would like to draw as a comic, but it takes so much work and I'm lazy. Ah, Good Omens. I think this is digital too. I'll find it somewhere and then put it here. I guess they're doing the second season, which that's gonna be so cool. Pinnacles. Sam from Lord of the Rings. More Lord of the Rings stuff. I guess it was 4th of July. Some random lady. So this was planned to be a digital painting, but then it turns out I didn't really like the lines, so I actually removed the lines, and you'll see that right here. Some more Good Omen stuff. This background is done with marker. I think this was like the last time I ever used these, because I got a gray set of markers. I don't remember what brand they were. But the oil-based sort of markers, they're always so expensive. So it's kind of sad I ran out of them. This is another like vintage stationery paper that did Legolas and Gimli. Just little random sketches. I feel like compared to my other books, there's not as many random sketches as like my previous book. I'd have a bunch of just random characters. I think it was probably had to do with like taking the bus all the time, which I sort of stopped doing at this point. Our artichoke in our garden was blooming, so did a little illustration for it. These two are characters from another story that I have that I've also kind of given up on, but he's kind of like a dream demon. So it's got why this guy's in his pajamas? Don't really know. And Frodo. I would draw Frodo really pale, damn. Frodo and Bilbo in like the elf world at the end of the movie. Yeah, I did this when the Cats movie was announced, so it's my cats as Cats from Cats. I call it this digitally too, so I'll add it in here. So he needs to be in here too. Really random sketches. More stuff from The Hobbit on stationery paper. Yeah, this was my designs for like the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. So there's war, death, famine, and the Antichrist. More, this is Merry and Pippin from Lord of the Rings. Pippin is my sister's favorite character, so I had to draw him. More concept design. This dude's green because he's a ghost. And it was like October already, or August, dang. Some more little watercolor doodles. My OCs. It really sucks because like I'll draw something like this and then go over Sharpie on the back and then it just bleeds through and ruins everything on the back. It's not thinking. He's like Sauron and poor Frodo. Okay, nice. I've finally made it to Hawaii, which is where I go to school, so maybe some Hawaii nature stuff. And this was done for Hobbit Day 2019. More nature studies. Yeah, so this is just like some sort of like random comic stuff. Orko from He-Man. Some sort of sad thing. It's my characters in sort of like a chibi form. Another He-Man picture. Oh my god, I can't wait for the new He-Man series. Ah! More hibiscus. Yeah, so this is like my sister and I's original characters. Okay, so from now on there's gonna be like a lot of Dark Crystal fan art because like the series had just come out and it was so good that I had to go crazy, so expect that. Yeah, I was a little fixated on these two, so there's a lot of Sketchbook and Ergo in here. Oh, we went to the zoo on like a zoo field trip type thing, and I had to draw the birdie. It was getting close to Halloween, so you know I had to draw my boy Beetlejuice, so I'll insert like the finished piece here too. Yeah, so I picked up a black like acrylic paint, so I was like really obsessed with using it. Like as like background. Some OCs. Yeah, I used to have this character who was like friends with Mothman or whatever, but I kind of have since scrapped that. I painted these inside too, so I'll throw those in here. Playing around with designs. Like character design. My character Sophie from another story I'm working on. This is my vampire character and my vampire hunter character girl. Self-portrait. So my friend and I, we went out and did some like nature sketching. And this is like from Barbie and Rapunzel. So if you've seen like the Dark Crystal series, this is like Sketchbook and Ergo, but like if they were humans. This one I was trying to make a more like photorealistic sort of attempt, at least. These two old lizard dudes, you know, they really helped actually with like color and design, actually, like studying them. Sort of like how like an art student might study like a master's painting. And that's how I feel about the Dark Crystal series. Emo Kermit. Here's planning the layout for some sort of picture. This piece I worked on for like a really long time, but in the end, I don't know, it still looks kind of bad to me. I don't know what it is. Some weird self-portrait. This little orca is kind of cute. My character Sophie again. Okay, so this one I'm actually pretty proud of. I think it turned out really nice. I was spending lots of time because, you know, like Rona, she came by this point, and there wasn't a lot to do because classes were in person. So I spent a lot of time out in this sort of garden, and they had like tropical plants from various tropical regions, and so it really inspired me to do this sort of like pond frog woman thing. really weird gonzo. I did this one, like, color pencils over winter break. Oh yeah, this was I don't remember what this art meme was called. It was like, what was it called? Cartoon Me or something like that. I don't think my overly, like, I don't know how to say it, like, ooh-woo. My ooh-woo anime style doesn't really translate too good compared to, like, realistic me, but it's okay. I guess. Maybe not. Ah, Snape. I think I was watching the Harry Potters or something. Oh my god, okay. This is like a redraw of like the banned episode of Pokemon. I'm pretty sure my roommate saw me drawing this. I don't know what she thinks, but it's fine. It's fine. Okay. Right, so this is like the pencil like sketch layer for like a sci-fi inspired piece, but I never got around to finishing it. I probably should try redrawing it on like sturdier paper. But we'll see. Okay, my character's at the beach. Haruhi from Host Club. Again, my vampire hunter girl and her vampire friend. Who she doesn't hunt. I promise. Little self-portrait. Some Pokemans. Some OC stuff. Ah, but there's a little Orco. I really like this one. So this is my characters. This dude's like a plant. Clockman and Sophie. It'd probably be interesting to do a video like where I go over my different stories, but I don't think it's I don't think it's that interesting. But I kind of want to. I was trying to do a little comic, but I got lazy after one singular page. Oh, I don't know if you guys have watched this, but it's like it was called The Littles. It was one of those I think it was like one of those like Canadian American cartoons from around the 90s. And I was having a little nostalgia trip, I think, because of Rona and the fact that there was like nothing to do. This is based off a picture of these like goats. I don't know if I can find the picture. If I can, I'll put it in here. If not, I'm sorry, but they're like, this is an image of these goats, and they really look like women. Oh, well, sort of. Kind of character design. This was layout for, I think I went to like a presentation about the Earth and the Moon, or Mars and the Moon, I mean, where they were talking about different like terraforming techniques they're planning on doing, like with NASA and SpaceX. And so I was thinking about some sort of like poster design I could do for that. This was for the character design challenge. This might have been my first ever attempt at it. The theme was Norse gods, I believe, and this is the god of harvest and the sun, if I remember correctly. I find that I have a really hard time with character design. Like, I always feel like a lot of pressure. Like, my characters like Bob and my witch character Apple here, like, they sort of just came to me, right? But when it comes to drawing a character for a specific thing, I don't know, I find that really hard to do. Maybe because I feel like I'm under a lot of pressure to make a good design. Just working out some character expressions for my character Brandon. Busting out that black acrylic paint again. I still have yet to make a good sun moon design that I actually really like. I love the vibe and aesthetic of like a sun moon, but I don't know, every version I've done is like, oh, well, it's not that good, so I'm gonna do a couple more until I'm satisfied. This was some sort of like Rona themed picture. So I think I stenciled actual ferns for this here with white acrylic paint. My characters. Again. Okay, so I did some studies in the garden because I had like a lot of free time to just really just sit around and do absolutely nothing. I was trying to make like, okay, one of my favorite shows is Law & Order SVU, just because it's like, it can be so corny, and I love that, but obviously I gave up. Same with this one too. This was a character design for, it was like May or something. The 6 fan arts meme was going around, so I decided to do it too. I feel like it's a lot easier to do if you have like digital art abilities. Yeah, so these are character designs for maybe a comic, if I ever do it. Probably not though. I think I got to like 4-5 days maybe before it became too much work. Oh, I recently redid this one, so I'll post a picture of like the refined piece. Yeah, so this is like 7 of 9 from Star Trek Voyager. Also portrait. Just a character design. I actually really like this page. Like the whole page is kind of like cohesive. Kind of cute. If I do say so myself. Oh, and that's the end. Dang, okay. Oh, well, okay. It's actually not quite the end. Some line work when I didn't feel like drawing in my sketchbook. This one I could actually add the, yeah, I colored this inside, even though it has lines. So I'll put that in here. Some sort of like a character expression stuff. Some sort of poster design. I took a, like a playwriting class, and I wanted to do a sort of promotional poster for each story I did, but man, I was really swamped with stuff, so this was just like a picture where, well, okay, Harry Potter was on, but it's like a thing where, you know, you close your eye, or you don't close your eyes. You know what, guys, I really can't talk today. You just like turn off your brain and you just draw. So it's kind of like what I did. I'll add a little, I'll add the finished one right here. Some sort of acrylic painting on some kind of like shopping bag. HD fan art. Some rando chick. Okay. I think this is like the first Skekra and Ergo I drew. Yeah, I think they came out kind of good. I'll add the finished one of that too. And then finally this whole sheet. The reason I was drawing on these like this, well, sometimes it's because, you know, I don't I'm too lazy to draw my sketchbook, or I feel pressure from my sketchbook, but also it was like winter break and this book is really big and heavy and I really didn't want to lug it like on the plane with me, so I do these at home. And then I mean, I guess I'll color them later, but I'm sorry for all my rambling this time, guys. Like, I really try to think of things to say, but sometimes my brain, it just, it doesn't want to work. But, yeah, so that was sketchbook number 11. If you guys want to follow some of my other stuff, my links to, like, my Instagram and Deviantart and Tumblr, stuff like that will be linked down below. Thanks guys for sticking it all the way to sketchbook number 11. I just finished sketchbook 12, so that should come out sometime next week. Thank you guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye.